So what we're looking at today is just probability, and what we want to do is just make sure that we understand the concept of probability. The Khan Academy does an excellent job of showing you the math on how you actually derive probability, and so I would ask you to go, to the Khan Academy to see that. But what we want to do is make sure we got the concept, and following the example that we've been doing with grit and conscientiousness. And we're wanting to know the relationship between conscientiousness score, if we've got people who've taken the conscientiousness scale, and the grit assessment, and to see how those two variables relate. And from our examples, if you go back to the earlier videos, you see that we got a correlation coefficient of 0.54. And so the next thing that's nice to know is what is the probability that this relationship happened by chance. And so then what you'll see, and if you run this in a statistical package like SPSS or SAS or whatever, it automatically calculates your probability. And typically for behavioral type research, where we're asking folks to self-rate conscientiousness or grit, for instance, we're okay with a level of 5%. And what this is saying essentially is, let's say for instance with this correlation coefficient of 0.54 between conscientiousness and grit, the probability that this relationship is happening by chance is less than 0.05, which we know, we multiply that by 100 and we get 5%. And typically in behavioral research we're okay with saying, hey, we've got 5% chance that this is happening by chance. Now the other ones you'll see 0.01, okay, so we've got a 1% chance times 100, and then you'll also see I'm sorry, this is getting kind of sloppy, you'll see 0.0, good grief, 0.001, which would be a 0.1% chance. Oftentimes in the research, you'll see that denoted by 2 stars for the 0.01. But the main thing I want you to understand is when you see this, what it's essentially saying is the probability that this relationship is happening by chance is less than 0.05 or 5%. And that's probability, the concept.